at Shelby Drive.
I want justice. I just want justice for my daughter. I told my daughter after she had passed that I won't let her die in vain. I won't let her, I will get justice no matter what, till the day I die.
A grief-stricken Mid-South mom determined tonight to find out what happened to her daughter. The body of Jessica Johnson was discovered June 2nd with shoestrings around her neck, tied to a mailbox in an overgrown yard in Hornlake, Mississippi. The initial coroner's report points to suicide.
But Jessica's mom says she believes someone else is responsible. And tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from one of the people who was with Jessica the night before she died.
As WMC Action News 5 investigator Felicia Bolton reports, even those closest to this case aren't sure what really happened.
Hours before 37-year-old Jessica Johnson died, she was visiting this Hornlake home on Angel Drive. The next day, investigators say a mail carrier found her dead, tied to the mailbox with shoelaces around her neck. The homeowner says he was there when Jessica's body was discovered.
And the way she was tied, too, that was kind of unsettling, you know what I mean? That kind of gave you the feeling that she didn't do it to herself. Whatever happened to her, it didn't happen here.
The homeowner asked us not to reveal his identity because he said he received threats from people blaming him for Jessica's death. Hornlake police have not named any suspects in connection with Jessica's death, and he says he did not do it.
I wouldn't let anything happen to her, you know, anybody do anything to her if I could, you know, help it.
Jessica's body was found on Friday, but he says she arrived at his home on Wednesday with her off and on boyfriend. He says the couple once lived with him.
From the time they showed up Wednesday to Thursday, she seemed out of her you know, normal self. That was the first time I'd seen them in a few months together. And she just, I don't know, she was just really, I think, lovesick. She was, you know, more dramatic than I'd ever seen her.
On the eve of Jessica's death, he says several people were at the house. At some point, he says Jessica got into a fight with her sometimes boyfriend.
One of my roommates told me she was out in the driveway and pulled the shoestrings out of her shoes and was threatening it. And he basically kind of just shrugged it off and told her, you know, get out of here with that. I don't want to hear it. He shut the door on her.
He says later that night, she sent him a text.
I got the text message from her talking about, you know, she just didn't want to feel the pain anymore and everything.
He says he never heard from her again.
Do you think your friend committed suicide?
At first I didn't, but now, I mean, I'm kind of leaning that way, yeah. It's hard to believe that she sat out there from, you know, 6 p.m. on Thursday till, what, 9:30 or 10:30 Friday morning without anybody seeing her. You know, she just appeared out of nowhere, it feels like. Because, I mean, you had people riding up and down the street all morning.
Hornlake police say the investigation remains open. For the WMC Action News 5 investigators, I'm Felicia Bolton.
Felicia has been in contact with Jessica Johnson's off and on boyfriend via text message. He said he submitted DNA to Hornlake investigators and has been questioned. He described his relationship with Jessica as volatile, said they were bad for each other, but that he never physically hurt her. He declined our request for an interview and currently is the target of a warrant in Shelby County for domestic assault, bodily harm in a separate case.
Breaking news alert, a teenager shot by officers.